welcome to episode 4 of Kings of Opinion. Wander's back in the saddle. He had a little scheduling conflict last week, but he's back. Wander, say hello.
Greetings, Earthlings.
There we go. And we got our tactician here and statistician, Ernie's in the backdrop.
What's up?
There we go. And now we're going to get underway. This week, got a couple things I want to talk about. We'll start off again with baseball since it was the end of opening week. A lot of things happened over the course of the first week. I'm going to start right up with the Yankees. A lot of injuries to talk about on the first week. One of them I'm actually kind of happy about. Josh Donaldson got hurt, pulled his hammy, so he's going to be out for a little bit. I actually think it's a good thing for the team. The rookies are going to get a chance to play. DJ LeMay will be playing at third for a little while. Josh Donaldson will rehab a little bit, and maybe his bad start to the season won't happen because he won't be playing. So it could be a good thing for all
blessing in disguise.
Yeah, to say the least. So that's one. One of them I'm sad about is the loss of our reliever, Jonathan Loizaga. He just can't seem to stay healthy. And it sucks because he has such a live arm and he's so clutch in big moments for the Yankees. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people don't want to see this guy on the pitching mound when they're getting ready to jump into that batter's box. But now that he's going to be sidelined for a couple weeks at least with, I think it was a forearm or I think it's elbow. His elbow inflammation. So that could actually lead to bigger things or bigger problems. Hopefully it doesn't for his sake, because we can't afford him not to have him in that bullpen. Around the league, you have a lot of injuries, like your Mets. Your Mets have a few guys on the shelf. Navarez just got hurt over the week, and Beatty hurt his thumb. Verlander's still out.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What are you thinking about your Mets right now?
Well, I mean, they haven't gotten off to the hottest start. I believe it was Wednesday. I literally turned on the game for a minute just in time to see the walk-off by the Brewers.
Oh.
So, I don't know if that was my fault, so sorry about that. But, they were able to right the ship on Thursday. Got a solid game out of, what's the kid's name? McGill, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's two good starts for him. They do have some injuries, like you mentioned, but hopefully they can, beat up on some of the lesser teams. And they're up right now, so as we speak, so that's also good. We're in the bottom of the 6th here on Saturday. Still early, but a lot of baseball left to be played.
Yeah, so you bring that up. There's a lot of baseball left to be played, but it's usually good for teams to get off to a hot start. Not a lot of teams could get off to a terrible start and wind up making it into the playoffs. So this weekend for the Mets, it's extremely important to take out the bad teams like the Marlins, even though they do give them fits time to time throughout the season.
Yeah, they've got some players.
Yeah, and they're pesky for some reason, just for the Mets at least. But like you said, they're up 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th. We're watching them live right now as we do the show. It's the only baseball game on that we could get right now. And they look good. It's good for them to be home, I guess. They started off on the road, so that might have had something to do with their sluggish start. These things, they just happen to teams. Hopefully, they're short losing streaks and not long ones. Like you don't lose 9 out of 11 or 12 out of 20. Like you don't like to see those kind of things. But they won yesterday. They're winning as of right now. Today's a special Saturday show since we got Easter tomorrow. Hopefully later on we'll have our yes. Hopefully we'll have our Easter picks for tomorrow. Maybe later on in the show we'll try and get those going.
We're feeling happy.
It's the holidays. Why not? I played a game last week with Steve, who was on the show.
Oh, is that right?
He was our special guest. So I'd like to play it a little bit with you since you actually do fantasy football.
I like games, but
Yeah.
I also just, before we jump into that, I just also want to say shout out to Gleyber Torres, single-handedly carrying my fantasy team. So thank you for that.
Glad to hear it. I can't believe you got him. That's awesome. That's a good shout out. If he's listening, keep it up. You know, it's good. Like I just said, it's good to start the season off strong, which is what he's doing. Hopefully, he can keep that momentum going throughout the whole season, and he can be a force for us in that Yankee lineup because we're going to need him if we're going to make it as far as we would like to.
Indeed.
So, do you have any other guys on your fantasy football team? Or fantasy baseball, I should say. Fantasy football.
Not that I can think of that's making huge impact. Alcantara did pitch good the other night. Bieber pitched okay, didn't get a win though. He had nothing. Shout out to Luis Robert. I think he had a couple, maybe 3 home runs in the past 2 days, something
Wow.
like that, or 3 days.
That's good.
So, yeah, that's all about my team for now.
Another home run for the Mets. Here we go, 2-run shot. Escobar, he's on board with his first home run of the year. Not too bad.
Excellent.
So I played this game with Steve last
Okay,
week.
back to
It
me.
was you pick an all-star or a bum. Like you give me a player, and I decide whether or not he's going to be a bum this year
Okay.
or an all-star. And bum doesn't necessarily mean like he's a complete
Okay.
terrible
Right.
player for the year, but he's just
He's gonna underachieve.
underachieve is a great way of saying it. So we were just running back and forth Mets and Yankees for
Okay.
opening weekend for baseball.
Right.
So what I'd like to do with you is we could expand it through all of baseball.
Okay.
So anyone you want, you can either throw it to me or you can answer it on your own. It depends what you want to do. So
Let's do it both.
sure. So you go
A team?
first. You give me.
I give you a team.
You can know a guy on any team.
Oh, a guy.
Yeah, whoever you think that might be either under the radar coming up, or maybe a guy like Goldschmidt,
Okay.
who was the MVP last year. You think he's going to be as good as he was last year?
Okay. All right. Let's go with Jazz Chisholm.
Is he on the Marlins?
Indeed.
Right. Okay, so that's a tough one. I like that one. I'm going to say he's not going to live up to his potential all year long. Only because he's on the Marlins. If he was somewhere else, he might have a better chance to be an all-star. But with the Marlins, the way their team is constructed right now, I don't see him having the protection that he will need in order to have that all-star type season.
Not enough guys around.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Don't get me wrong. They're up and coming because they did sign a few guys last year. But some of those guys are at the end of their rope, so to speak. So who knows? We got to see. But that was a good start off. I'm gonna go with a guy on the Houston Astros, Alvarez, who they got from the White Sox last year, who was an all-star.
Oh yeah, that guy was hitting bombs.
Mhm.
Is it Jordan
It might be.
or Jordan?
Yordani.
Sorry, I was off there. Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think he passes the test. I would say all-star.
Okay. Good.
What's your feeling on that one?
Same. He's gonna be in a loaded lineup, so that always helps him. I don't see much of him having any problems with any of that stuff.
Right. Okay, so for the next one, let's go with. This is probably, a controversial name this year. Let's go with. He's not currently playing, but let's just do it anyway. Justin Verlander.
Oh, that's a good one. I say once he gets back, and if he pitches the rest of the season, he'll be good to go. He'll be an all-star.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. As long as he's healthy, gets to full strength. I don't think he'll have any problems at all.
I wanted to stay away from this guy, but now I can't since you mentioned Verlander. But I'm going to put his battery mate, Scherzer, on there because his first 2 starts were terrible. So you think he's going to have a bad year?
He's not a catcher though, right?
No.
Okay. I'm sorry. Say that again?
Scherzer.
Right.
His I guess his partner, like the 2 aces,
Right.
is what what I was referring to. I don't know if he'll be an all-star this year.
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. Unless he gets it together real quick. His
Yeah,
first
he
2
did.
starts were terrible.
Yeah, and he did have some rough patches last year, I think.
Towards the end of the season.
Well, he has been pitching for a very long time, but obviously, a huge talent. I have faith in him, but I guess we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him, I think, all year. and I think that if he doesn't turn it around soon, he's gonna start getting the boos, and not that would affect him, but I guess deep down it would affect you a little bit, don't you think? Like you're going to a ballpark,
Yeah.
pitching in front of your home crowd, you're hearing
Right.
boos because you're not doing as good. I think if he doesn't turn around in his next start or two,
Especially when he hasn't, most of his career was in smaller cities,
well, I mean, yeah, it was Detroit.
smaller markets.
Yeah, smaller markets, Detroit, the Nationals. He did win the World Series with the Nationals, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Then he went to the Dodgers for that half year, lost it then. I don't know, we're going to see.
How about Mr. Cole?
He is on the opposite side of this with what's going on. He had 2 great starts. His first start, he struck out 11 or 12 batters, and even his last start, he struck out 8.
Wow.
So, and he's normally the one that we're always worried about in the beginning of the season because he normally can't pitch well in April for whatever reason, whether it be the cold up in New York.
Huh.
I don't know, like he never really speaks about it, but he's on top of his game right now coming out of spring training. So I look for him to stay the course and be an actual all-star this year.
Right now, you have to say he's the best pitcher in New York. Do you think it's going to stay that way?
Oh, I wish it would. I hope it does. I hope that's a debate throughout the whole season because then that means the Mets pitchers are doing well and Cole and the Yankees pitchers are doing well.
Speaking of K's, did you see? I think it was Sonny Gray had 13.
12.
Days ago?
It's funny you bring that up.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was 13.
It's funny you bring that up. It might be 13. I was literally just looking at that before we started the show, and I hate Sonny Gray.
A lot of Yankee fans do.
And me and Steve always talk about this. We always make bets with Sonny Gray. If he's gonna be better in the National League when it was over with Cincinnati, as opposed to being in the American League. Now he's with the Twins, and I guess he's starting off with a good season, especially with the 12 strikeouts. I don't know what he did in his first start, but it was a walk-off win that game. So I don't even think he got the win, but striking out 12 or 13 guys, that's a good day's work, you know?
Yeah, definitely surprised to see that stat. I'm not gonna lie.
So you're going to call him an all-star right off the bat, or what do you think? Are we going to see a little bit more?
Yeah, I would have to see more because the past has shown he kind of regresses a bit. So yeah, I'm not sold on him yet.
I think these guys just get in their own heads sometimes. Instead of just
Oh,
going
for
out there
sure.
and playing, there's a guy that's on the IL, Austin Meadows, right now. He's on the IL for anxiety.
Well, I mean, anxiety is a real thing,
It is, but
especially if you don't deal with it.
yeah, but like, what does that guy be so anxious about? Not that I want to downgrade him. Maybe he's got personal issues,
I'm not him, so I couldn't.
Yeah, maybe he's got personal issues, what have you. But you're playing a game of baseball. It couldn't be that bad. You could be sucking up crap out of the sewers all day, every day. That would give me anxiety. Not playing baseball. I don't know. But to each his own. You got any other guys you want to shout out for All-Star or bum?
Is there anyone that was like went to another team that was a big star that has to prove himself?
Ooh.
Anybody you got like that?
I'm sure. You know who's a good one?
Yeah.
That guy.
I got one, but you go first.
Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners. He was a rookie
Oh, yeah.
last year.
All-star, one of the best players in baseball, and no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna disagree with you there. I just threw it out there because I just saw him in the news the other day he hit some kind of historic home run. I don't know what that was.
Something to do with fastest to 30 home runs in the career.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
definitely a bright future for him. The last one I'm going to throw out at you, Dansby Swanson.
Oh, he's on the Cubs now. That's a good one.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna say he's gonna be a bum. He's
Okay.
not gonna make the All-Star team.
Okay, not enough protection.
Same, yeah. He went from the Braves now to the Cubs. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. Yeah, I feel bad for him. He went for the money, which is always good.
Right, gotta get paid.
Take care of your family, take care of what you want to do. But if he would have stayed with the Braves, he probably would have been an All-Star every year. With
Okay,
that
I can
lineup,
see that.
every year.
Yeah, he's off to a hot start, but we'll have to see because as we know, the Cubs
No, they're rebuilding right now, so it's gonna be tough for them.
J-Rod, fastest Mariner in history
Oh, okay.
to 30 career home runs.
Okay, so it's a Mariner record.
Beating the likes of
Griffey.
A-Rod,
Oh, A-Rod too, right?
Daniel Vogelbach.
Vogelbach was a Mariner. I always forget that. I always think of him as a Pirate.
Top 5 Mariners to fastest to 30 home runs, and Ken Griffey Jr. not on the list.
Wow.
Wow. Surprising.
So he must have started off cold when he first got up there.
He's working on that swing a bit.
Yeah. Ah, that's surprising to me. A-Rod's on that list though.
Yeah.
Has to be.
A-Rod's on the list with 162 games. Julio Rodriguez tops it with 140.
Wow. A-Rod took a whole season to get 30. Oh, it's still pretty good. Not too shabby. So, anyone else? Do we have anyone else to think about for this week?
No,
We could come up with another list next week.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
So, shifting gears for a quick moment. I know football's not even close to being around the corner, even though you have the draft. I think it's the end of this month.
We'll have to go through the schedule when it comes out.
Yeah. But with the draft happening and everything like that, there's been news floating around with the Jets. So they have Odell Beckham coming Monday to Fulham Park.
Oh, for a workout.
Yeah, to visit the Jets.
For a physical as well.
Oh, physical too?
Yes.
Oh boy. So it must be pretty serious that Odell wants to be a Jet and the Jets want him.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting you to tell me that. I mean, that's two big names coming to the Big Apple, potentially coming to the Big Apple. Yeah, I'd say that would put some fans in the seats for sure.
And
That might be some must watch NFL right there.
What do you guys think will happen first? Rodgers signing with the Jets, or Verlander making his first start for the Mets?
I would say probably Verlander starting with the Mets before Rodgers gets here. I was just gonna say too, they signed a quarterback over the week,
Who's
a
that?
free agent quarterback from the Packers.
Oh, really?
Rodgers' former backup.
Yep, that's right. Tim Boyle. I don't think he was with the Packers last year. It was probably the year before. He was somewhere else last year. But they signed apparently Rodgers' old backup quarterback to the Jets. It's not the name that we wanted to hear, but I guess it's something.
Right.
Maybe he could do better than Zach Wilson just in case if we do get Rodgers goes down for a game or two. He could slide right in there and I guess knows Hackett's system.
Right.
And
He takes too much ayahuasca or something. I'm just playing.
or he gets stuck in a house that he can't get out of for a couple days, and he misses a game. Who knows? You never know with this guy. But Douglas, the GM for the Jets, is quite confident that Rodgers is coming to New York. It's just a matter of time and a matter of getting the right trade package to the Packers in order to have Rodgers come over.
Yeah, it seems to be a waiting game, but I think it'll happen. I guess just not happening as fast as everyone would like, but I think it's a matter of time.
But I don't know if you heard, there was a mystery team involved with trying to get Rodgers,
Who is that?
and they're no longer a mystery supposedly.
Huh.
Care to take at least one guess of who it might be?
Well, who needs a quarterback?
Ernie, you two, I want you to guess.
Oh, I think he's saying Dallas.
No. That's a good. I
Sorry.
see why you'd go there. I see why you go.
was jumping to
I'm with the two Dallas fans. You got a Jet fan mixed with two Dallas Cowboy fans.
Thought it was
San
just
Francisco?
trying to dig in.
There you go, San Francisco 49ers. I don't know why. I mean, I guess you kind of know why, because both their quarterbacks are hurt right now. But they're supposed to be back right around September, especially Trey Lance. Lance is supposed to be back before then. I guess Brock Purdy is going to take a little bit extra time.
Well, nobody knows better than San Francisco that can't have enough quarterbacks. Whoever just happens to be the last guy standing sometimes goes on to be the next star. So they've had some great luck with that.
You're not wrong. That's exactly what happened to them last year, and they still almost went to the Super Bowl. Nuts. So yeah, you got those three signings for the Jets at least. The Giants didn't really make any moves this week that I know of, and then the football's pretty much been quiet, if anything. Yeah.
We want to do a little NBA. The Knicks clinched, right?
Yes, you're right. How could we forget about the
Shout out
Knicks?
to the New York Knickerbockers. That's great. I haven't watched a ton, but I did see that they clinched. Ernie, have you been watching at all?
Not a ton. I know that they are locked into the 5 spot, so that means they will be playing Cleveland in the first round,
Okay.
who I think they have a decent chance of beating.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure all the attention will be on, the Knicks not signing Mitchell. Will it come back to haunt them again?
Right.
I mean, it writes itself pretty much.
I mean, we got our own guy. Jalen Brunson's been killing it.
Yes.
He's the only reason why we're probably in the 5th seed right
Is
now.
he healthy though?
Well, he's been playing. I know he was hurt maybe like a week or two ago. He sat out a game or two. But he's been
Yeah,
playing.
he's been clutch
He's been huge.
this whole year.
Yep. Him and Randall. Randall's been pretty. Besides his like episodes of going nuts on the referees, he's been huge. He's had a good season too. There's a lot of guys.
He should be back for the series, coming off his ankle injury.
That's right. Yes, hurt too. Randall's
Good.
hurt.
That's great that he'll be back in time for the start of the series.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to pick the Knicks in 6.
Okay.
You heard it here
Alright,
first.
you
Before
heard it here first.
before any other radio podcast, anything like that gets off with their NBA stuff, we're doing it a little bit early. I think they got like 5 or 6 games left in the season, so I'm going to pick it right now. I don't care what happens with the rest of 5 or 6 games. The Knicks are locked for the 5. They're playing the Cavs. They're winning in 6.
Lock it in, base.
Boom.
Sounds good. Wanderer, getting back to the Cowboys real quick. Who do you think they're taking with their first pick?
Oh God, I haven't looked at anything draft wise.
They're talking tight ends.
Okay.
A lot of talk around tight ends.
Well, they lost Schultz, didn't they?
Yes.
Where did Schultz go?
Schultz went to. He signed with. Let's check that out. In the meantime, they're talking either Dalton Kincaid from Utah or Michael Mayer.
Okay.
I'm shooting for Michael Mayer, hopefully.
I was going to say he's more complete, right?
I'm a Notre Dame guy, and he was just a beast.
Yeah, the place seems to be a tight end factory too. Receivers and tight end.
Well, they're going to need it because Schultz was a great tight end receiving.
He was money.
Like all he did was bail out Dak.
Yeah.
They had a good connection there.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough if you're a Cowboys fan right now. Dak definitely regressed last year, and there's certain aspects of the team that you like, but secondary always seems to be a problem as well.
Yeah, they lack defense a lot of the times.
Dalton Schultz signed with the crosstown rival Houston Texans.
Wow.
Broke my heart, Dalton.
Yeah, he went for the money.
Can't blame him.
No.
Thank you for your efforts. He was definitely a big factor in it.
He was clutch, and he was good in fantasy too, man. He was clutch when Dak and him got together. He was like 8 catches, 60, 70 yards, a touchdown or 2. He was always really good. Always bailing them out. Like they have good wide receivers. They had the tight ends. They had the running backs. Their defense was just always lacking, no matter what they did. No matter what, it's rough. Ugh. Now that division's gonna be all over the place. Because now you got the Giants coming up. You still have Philly.
I heard a rumor. Did anyone else hear this rumor about Lamar going to the Redskins?
What?
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, listen, somebody may have had a few beverages before they said this to me. I'm not sure, but I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, it's already the division's already stacked. Where you have.
I
the
think
Giants.
that would be a good fit for the Commanders.
Yeah. Whew. Like you said, the division's stacked already. If you throw Lamar in there,
some just dynamic offenses all around and some good teams. And then if you throw him on that team,
I mean,
wow.
the one thing the Commanders always have is a strong defense.
Yeah.
So
That's
now
their base.
that's what that, and they always have those like hard nosed running backs that just that's how they almost play a little bit like the Jets. You just run the ball down your throat. They don't care.
Smash mouth.
Yeah, beat you down, and then you're gonna have Lamar Jackson on top of it. Oof. The only thing that I would think they would need is maybe a wide receiver or two, because I know they have McLaren.
Yeah.
But you would
Scary
need-
Terry.
Yeah, you you need a couple extra on top of that.
They also have Dotson. Who's the guy? Dotson. He's like a deep threat too.
Yeah, he started off the season shaky, and then the middle of the season started to come through.
Yeah.
But I think another year under his belt will be good for him. So
Yeah.
if you could get a veteran
If they
wide
had-
receiver.
Yeah, and if they had more consistent quarterback play.
Yeah, you're right.
Lamar or.
Yeah, you're right. 100% right. Who do they got now as a quarterback?
Was it Wentz?
No, the Redskins quarterback is.
Wentz was on there. He's just probably not starting anymore because he's
Yeah, I
been
think
hurt.
he's
He's,
I think
he's
his
done.
window is closing, if not closed.
It might be already
A
closed.
lot of injuries definitely played a big part
Jacoby
for him.
Brissett.
They signed him?
That's
Yes,
right.
they did.
Wow.
They signed Jacoby Brissett.
You know, he's
Who was
a
he?
perfect
He
backup.
was on the
though.
Browns.
He was on the Colts, and then last year he might have been on the Browns. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when he was on the Colts, but I feel like
Yeah.
more recently he was on the Browns.
Yeah, you know what? He played the first half.
Before
Deshaun.
Deshaun was eligible to
Come back.
take the field.
Yep, you're right. He's a serviceable backup quarterback, but you can't have him starting the season as your starting quarterback.
Yeah, that definitely lowers the expectations for sure.
No, yeah, you need more offense. He's one of those Zach Wilson kind of guys, you know. Not a lot of touchdowns, but more serviceable than Zach Wilson for sure. There's not a worse quarterback in the league than Zach Wilson at this point.
Ooh, Marlins making a little noise here. We got 2 on, 1 out, top 7, 5-1. They're going to the bullpen.
They're bringing the righty.
Hopefully, Mets can take care of business. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I have faith in them. I think they're gonna win this game. And then you got the Yankees on at 7:00 tonight with the Orioles. They're both 4-3, so this is a nice little swing game for either team. I'm hoping that the Yankees could win this game outright. That'd be nice. Nice and easy game, kind of like what the Mets have right now. Do you know that there's only one undefeated team in baseball right now?
Really?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep. The pesky Tampa Bay Rays.
They always get more done with less. That team, it's great. You know, it's
Annoying. You could say it, it's
especially-
annoying.
Well, it must be for a Yankee
Right.
fan.
It's annoying. And not only that, they beat the piss out of us all the time too, which I'm not a big fan of either.
Right.
You know, and you get the Twins off to a good start. I also tried to play a projections game with Steve last week too.
Oh,
And I
like
told
futures.
I told him to give me his dark horse team that he thinks can make the playoffs.
Okay.
He didn't have one for me, which is the first time in years he's never had one. I was
Yeah,
shocked.
You stumped Steve.
Shocked. I can't believe it. 'Cause-
Stumped Shady.
yeah.
How about
But I picked the Baltimore Orioles as my
Okay.
dark horse team to,
All right.
to
Yeah.
try and make the
They're
playoffs.
They're a tough team, man.
Yeah.
They play everyone hard. you
Yep.
know? They made some noise. What was that last year? In the beginning of the year, came out of the gates smoking hot.
Well, it was more the second half of the season where they gelled and came together. They
Maybe I'm
did start
thinking of
off.
the year before.
It might have been.
Could be off.
It could have been last year too. It just might have been a little short stint, like 10 games or so, and then they took a dive. But then they came back in the second half, and it seemed like they were just beating everybody. They were great at the second half of the season. That's why I'm picking them as my dark horse team for the playoffs. I didn't know if you have any, but that
Baseball.
was my dark horse.
Let's see. Again, I'm not really watching a ton of baseball yet. Let's just, what this is gonna sound weird, I guess, but let's go with the Phillies. I don't know if they're projected to win a lot of games, but they're a scrappy team, and they always seem to be in it. So, let's roll the dice with Philly.
So do you think?
Sorry, Mets fans.
Do you think they'll make the World Series again, like they did last year?
No, I think they'll make it to the National League Championship.
National League Championship. Okay. Wow. Who do you think they're going to be playing against in the National League Championship?
The Bravos. Wait, is that possible?
I guess it depends where they land.
Depends where they land.
It depends where they land.
Okay, let's just say the Braves.
That'd
See
be
how that looks.
that'd be sick.
Later on.
That would be sick. Braves, Phillies, and then that means the Mets are out of it, which everyone would be pissed about. Oof. I don't know who I would root for
I'm
there.
going for the reverse jinx on that one, in case you guys couldn't tell.
Here's your boy over here, Chisholm.
There he is, Jazz.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there wasn't a prophecy before when I mentioned him, and hopefully he'll just ground out.
Yeah, ground down into a double play or. Oh boy,
Up there, showing his home run. Like, was that earlier?
might have been.
Was that the only Marlins run?
It might be.
Okay.
So you got one out, first and second with him up right now. It's tough. I don't even know who this guy is pitching. Riley? Brooks Riley? Oof. So what else do we got? You got any good music or books that you want to tell people about?
No books this
No
week.
books today?
Yeah, I haven't been reading that much, but we do have some. I guess we got some movie picks. We're gonna start with Kings of the World. This is a film on. It was on Netflix. I think it still should be on there. This is. I think the film is from Colombia. I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely takes place in South America. It's kind of like these kids that are on their own, but they have each other and a strong bond, and it's just pretty much their trials and tribulations. But I love the film. I highly recommend it. It does have subtitles, though. I'm not sure if you can dub it. So, Ryan, I'm not sure if you're going to be into that. I know you don't like to read, so there's that.
I don't.
Next film up is Triangle of Sadness. I haven't seen this film yet, but I'm definitely going to watch it this week. I've wanted to see it since I saw the trailer. It just, it's very polarizing. So yeah, I'll definitely tell you guys some more about that after I watch it. But that's available on Hulu. And the third one, this is more of a throwback, an older movie. The Wind That Shakes the Barley. I'm not really sure where it's streaming. I'm sure you should be able to get it somewhere though. Cillian Murphy of Peaky Blinders fame. He's just a great actor, and he's great in this one as well. My dad had put me on to that one, so that's a special film to me.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you have any movie picks or anything movies that you watched recently?
I haven't watched any recently, but I've been hearing good things about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Even though it seems like it's for kids, I heard
Maybe
great
it's
things
for
about
all
it.
ages,
Yeah, I heard great things about it. And like
Universal appeal, like us.
our age demographic, that's all we grew up on is playing Super Mario Brothers. So why wouldn't you go see this movie, right?
Right.
With kids, without kids, who cares? Just go check that movie out.
It's like the Disney, Pixar stuff.
Yeah.
It's for everyone.
It's a me, Mario. Come on. How do you not want to go see that?
Yeah.
And it looks like it has
favorite Japanese, Italian
plumber. Yeah. And it looks like they have a little bit of everything in it. I was watching the preview of it, and they have the Mario Karts in it. They have all the animals and all the villains in there and enemies. It looks like a Donkey Kong's in there too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So how do you not want to see that? Who didn't play Donkey Kong either when they were a kid?
Word.
Diddy Kong, Donkey Kong, all that stuff.
Donkey Kong Country.
That's one movie I didn't expect I was going to go watch in a movie theater, but now I might have to go watch it in a movie theater because it's got great reviews, right?
I actually saw a movie earlier today that I never expected to go see, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, how was that?
I took my niece and two nephews, and it was actually much better than I thought it was going to be. It was
Nice.
quite entertaining. The kids loved it. They were a bit surprised. They mentioned to me after the movie that they were surprised there was no kids in the movie theater. It was all adults there to watch it. But
Oh, wow.
it was good. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Wow, really? See, that's a movie I was going to bring up next because I actually want to go see that movie too. Originally, they had a movie with Marlon Wayne's Dungeons and Dragons, and that bombed. So when this came out, it actually got good reviews on IMDb. Like the Rotten Tomatoes, I think is like in the low 90s, like 92, 93. So when I saw that, I was like, maybe I'll give this movie a chance as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, in the next couple weeks.
It seems like it's something that they might have a sequel to. Not 100% sure how it's doing in the box office and how it will end up doing, but it was entertaining. It was
Well, it came out last week, no?
much better than I thought it would be.
It came out last week, I think, right?
Not sure.
And
I think it's been out a week already.
They have a huge fan base just off the board game alone, right?
Right, and I would imagine that's why we saw more adults than children in
Right.
the theater.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to see how much it made over the weekend, because that's going to tell whether or not it's going to get a sequel. The first week, big box office. Figure it out later. Anyone else got any other movies to talk about before we move along to the next thing?
No, that's all the movies I got. Yeah.
Ernie, what about you?
No, I haven't seen anything.
I-
There was a trailer during Dungeons and Dragons today for the new Sebastian Maniscalco movie that's coming out with Robert De Niro, where I believe it's called My Italian Father, where Robert De Niro plays Sebastian Maniscalco's father. That looked pretty funny. So
Yeah?
I'm looking forward to that.
Wow. When's that come out? Do you know? Did they give you a date?
I didn't catch the release date on that.
Any of you guys seen this new show? I think I want to say it's on Netflix. It's called The Night Agent.
No, what's that?
I think we're gonna have to check this one out. It's about like some either FBI agent or Secret Service agent, and he's put on he's in the White House, and he's got like phone duties, right? Like
Okay.
this specific phone that's like, I guess, tip line for the White House or whatever. And I haven't seen it yet, but I'm gonna try and check it out as soon as I can. This phone supposedly like never rings until, you know, one night it does, and then that's what the whole show is about.
Right.
Like, I guess whatever call he gets, he has to deal with it. Who knows where this goes, but it's on Netflix right now. You know, it's got 7.6 star rating, so it's not terrible. I guess in the grand scheme of things, like The Last of Us got 8.9, Yellow Jacket's 7.9, so it's right in that realm of
Oh yeah.
a
that
good
came-
show.
That came back, right? Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
You been watching that?
I haven't started it yet. It's on the list though. That much I tell you.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I enjoyed the first season. It was pretty solid.
I'm a big Ted Lasso guy.
Oh yeah, that and is that done or?
And this is his last season. It's not done yet. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna run. I would assume 10 because I think the first 2 seasons were 10. But man, this season is, to me, it's just funny the way he acts and the way he just blows things
I'm a
up.
big Ted Lasso fan.
Have you seen season 3 yet?
Yes.
Okay, so you're up to date.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good show.
How funny is that new soccer player they got? What is it? Zava? That guy- Oh, that guy's so funny, man.
That's definitely one of my favorites, and I have heard that there will be a spin-off to that show, which I hope is true because
Seems
it's
about right.
pretty sad that it's ending so quickly.
Yeah. What would the spin-off be? Did they say?
Not sure. I remember hearing something about a spin-off.
Well, maybe once the season's over, it'll reveal itself and it'll make it a
Right.
little easier. Because maybe like it's still about the soccer team. Maybe just Ted Lasso goes home and he goes to fix his life or whatever without giving away a bunch of.
I mean, I think it's way too popular of a show to end so quickly.
Right.
But it does seem to be lately. That's the trend, right? Where they'll stop a show sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they don't want to drag it on. Like one of the shows, The Walking Dead. Like that's one that
They
they
went the
did.
other way on that.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna just try and squeeze every penny out of this bad boy.
We're gonna beat this thing into the ground.
Yeah, maybe that's why a lot of the shows are doing this. Just 2-3 seasons, maybe 4,
Cash
and then
in,
cash in, cash out, and then start a spin-off of something else.
Right.
But all those characters on Ted Lasso are great. Like all the soccer player guys, like
Yeah.
even the I don't know her name, and I wish I did, but the two females, the one that runs the soccer club, Richmond, and her best friend. She's the older woman. She's fantastic.
She's great.
Yeah, they're great. They're both
Oh,
great.
and even the other one that's her best friend.
Right.
I'm blanking on her name.
Right.
She's fantastic too. Like the casting for that is fantastic.
Yeah, they had a great bit on. They were on they featured it on 60 Minutes.
Mhm.
Maybe it was like last year or the year before, but just pretty much they talked about how it all came together, and it's fantastic. I'm sure you could find it on YouTube or something. So yeah, definitely.
Just like you can find us on YouTube, right?
That's right.
There we go. Nice little plug right there for our own show.
Definitely check that out if you get a chance. And also check out our past episodes.
Yes, absolutely.
They're available for your viewing pleasure.
There you go. You know what I found funny too? Did anyone get a chance to watch that interview with Jeremy Renner?
No, how's he doing?
He looks brand new. It's crazy. God bless him. Listen,
That
from
guy is,
from what they said happened to this poor guy
right.
and all the surgeries he needed.
Yeah.
Obviously, thank God he's still
He's
alive.
a warrior.
Yeah,
Sure.
but like he looked like on that interview nothing happened, and that
God favors the bold.
right when did that accident happen? It was only a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was recent.
It was like January, I want to say.
Yeah.
But he looks fantastic. I'm glad he's doing great. We talked about him. I think
Amen.
it might have been on our first episode, if not the second.
Yes, we did. I think early on.
We were wishing him well, and we still wish him well. But he looked fantastic. I didn't get through the whole
He's
interview.
like the Wolverine or something.
Yeah, he might have adamantium
He's the
in his
wrong-
body.
He's the wrong character.
Yeah.
A movie I did recently see on Apple TV, which I don't know if you guys saw yet, was the Tetris movie.
No, how was that?
With Taron Egerton.
It was a movie. I thought it was a show.
No, it's a movie. It's a movie.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Very good, very good, very entertaining, very interesting. Just obviously gives you the whole story behind the legal battles behind the game Tetris
Yeah.
and getting it out to
To the public?
markets. Yeah, very good. Definitely worth the watch.
So it's funny you mentioned that, and I wish I would have mentioned it myself. I wanted to see that because that's another one, just like Super Mario, that we grew up playing these video games. Like we're lucky enough that we grew up in a time where you had Atari and what's that other one that rivaled Atari? I can't remember what it was.
Sega. Yeah,
Well, no,
Sega.
even before that, it was like Atari was that.
ColecoVision.
There we go. Because my dad had ColecoVision, we didn't have Atari. We for whatever reason we couldn't get Atari, so we had the ColecoVision, and I'm playing now while other kids were playing Atari. And then you saw the birth of all these things like Nintendo, like you said, Genesis.
Watch it all, yeah.
We got to see it all until now. Now you got PlayStation 5 and Xbox, whatever, all these things. But we were fortunate enough to know about the start of all these video games, which is why I wanted to see that. I thought it was a TV show.
No,
so I was gonna wait for it. But if it's a movie, I might watch it tonight.
Yeah,
if it's
very,
that good.
very good, very good.
And that guy, what is it?
He's a
Tagerton?
great actor.
Taron Egerton.
Taron
yeah.
Egerton.
Great actor.
Great actor. He's in a lot of stuff now. He was just
Yeah.
in that Blackbird show that you told me to watch, which was great. He was Elton
Underrated.
John.
Underrated film by him, Eddie the Eagle.
That's not
very good.
underrated. That's a great film. He was fantastic in that.
Yeah.
And our boy you was in it too.
Yeah.
Bro, if that's on TV right now, I'll watch that over the Mecking. That's how much I like that movie. That's a great movie.
Shout out
Very
to
inspirational,
Taron
too.
Egerton.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackman, of course.
But definitely, Tetris is definitely worth the watch.
And he was in the news not too long ago. It was a couple days ago, I think. Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
He had skin cancer.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
he's telling everyone to put, he's doing the right thing. He's
I mean,
yeah,
not sunscreen.
sunscreen. Yeah,
Retract that.
right. Sunscreen. He's telling everyone to get sunscreen on. It's not worth it. He's getting it out there, which is good because that's one of the most common cancers that you can have.
I have to be aware of that myself.
Me
both
too.
My parents, so
Me too.
To be mindful of, your skin. You gotta take care of it.
Shout out to him
You
as
gotta
well.
take
We
care
love
of your
him.
needs.
And
That's
talking about Blackbird, did you see that, Wanderer?
I saw maybe the first episode. I definitely got to go back to it, but I was enjoying it. I like the cast. I like he was in it. I don't want to say the villain, but one of the other inmates. I thought he's a good actor.
He
And
did a great job. He did a
what's
great
his
job.
name? Rest in peace to Ray Liotta.
Yes. He was good in that too. I forgot he was in that. That was probably one of his last roles, right? Had to be. Yeah, that was great casting as well. Wait till you watch it to the end and they actually put up the picture of the two guys that it's about. The casting for that is uncanny. They look identical to these guys.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Unreal. But, oof. I think, I don't know if that's all we got for movies and TV right now.
Cocaine Bear might have been Ray Liotta's last job.
Oh yeah, he was in that?
Yes,
I didn't know he was in that. I still can't. This show I want to watch, but I'm waiting for a couple more episodes because I can't watch this week to week.
You're a binge guy.
Yeah, I don't think I can watch anything week to week unless I've.
You like to consume it all in the, you know, you don't like to space it out too much.
And what show is that?
Yes and no. So the show's Rabbit Hole and stars Kiefer Sutherland, and I don't know much about it besides like it's one of these espionage movies, shows, which is what he's really good at. Like he did the whole 24 thing and everything like that. So anytime he was a designated survivor when he was like fourth in line to be a president and they killed everybody basically, so he was the president and he had to take over and do all this stuff. But this kind of show is what I want to binge because I'm not, if it's that really good, I don't want to wait a week to watch an episode.
Right.
Like certain episodes, like so Ted Lasso I started watching from the beginning.
Depends on the
I'll
show.
watch that every week, right? The Flash, I've been watching that for like 6-7 years, however long it's been on.
That's the one?
Yeah, this is his last season, by the way. And
Yeah, I know that was a big hit on what was it, the CW?
yeah, huge hit. It's basically that and Arrow is basically what spawned all the superhero TV shows on the CW.
Nice.
But those kind of shows I'll watch week to week because you could wait for it a week and like it's not really a big deal. But certain shows I have to binge watch. Like Yellowstone was one of them. I think Rabbit Hole's gonna be another. Blackbird I had to watch. I had to wait for it, so I watched it all at once. You know what I mean? Those certain kind of shows I have to binge. Last of Us was another one. I was like, I'm not waiting every week for this, and on a Sunday night, if something's going on, I gotta get home to watch it. Like, I'll just wait till the season's over, binge it, and then wait till next season, and I'm done.
Especially a mini series too. Like, it's you can always enjoy it in larger block, I guess you could say.
Agreed.
It's easier to consume that way.
Agreed, especially a miniseries. Miniseries I never watch week to week. I'll just wait till it's over. Whatever, 4-6 episodes. Power through over a weekend. Okay, good. Check it off the list. Move on to the next one. You know, definitely something that wasn't available to us 10, 15 years ago. Now it's available to us. You know, Netflix is good with that. They'll put out all the shows right away.
Yeah, I do enjoy that as well. Just having the ability to watch as much as you want when you want. It's always good to have choice.
But why do you think other streaming services don't do that and they make you wait a week? Like Apple TV does it, all these other ones do it.
Yeah, I think some of them, maybe they're nervous that they're not gonna put up, have the same numbers of viewership.
Oh, so you're saying like once they'll watch it, they'll cancel it and that's it?
They need people to come back, I guess.
That makes sense.
I think the model is to just dump it and then let people decide when they want to watch it.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Everybody consumes things differently. That's just my preference.
Yeah, I agree with you. But that makes total sense that, I guess some of these streaming services are doesn't have the backing that Netflix did because they started before everybody.
Right.
And which is probably another reason why you got to pay like $20-something a month for Netflix, whereas opposed to all these other streaming services is like $4, $5, $6, $7.
Did we mention any Prime shows? I feel like we've talked about every streaming thing except Prime.
Not today we haven't. I don't know what's on Prime nowadays. Oh, Swarm is on Prime.
Yeah, Avin.
That's your show.
Avin said that was good. I definitely want to check it out. Avin said it was good. So I'm definitely gonna. That's definitely towards the top of my list.
Right.
For sure.
I got this whole list of stuff here. I don't even know how I got this, to be honest with you. It's just on IMDb.
Hey, listen.
It's a huge thing. Tetris is on here too.
Sometimes things work out.
I want to ask your opinion on this. I don't know if you've ever seen it, so this is just off the cuff right now. South Park.
I have. Is there new ones? I don't.
There's
think
new
I've
ones
seen
this season.
I'll definitely have to check that out. I'm a big fan of the show. I liked the pandemic specials. I thought those were pretty great. So yeah, I'll have to check out the new season, and maybe we'll talk more about that.
I've never seen the show. I when I'm at work and it comes on a random channel when we're going through the. I guess the startup of the show when they say South Park and they do all the singing or whatever, the intro, it makes me cringe. I automatically
I've
change
never
it.
seen it either, but apparently it's just you know, it's
They make fun of everyone and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they
There's
say,
no,
and they say it's not even a kid's show.
no,
And
it's
but it's a
definitely not-
cartoon.
it's definitely
But
not
it's a
and
cartoon.
it's funny because my kids who are all teenagers are at the point where they're starting to watch it now.
Oh,
So they've
yeah,
been
yeah.
telling me you gotta watch it, you gotta watch
Right,
it.
right. Yeah, I think was always the appeal of South Park.
I can't get through the intro.
Something that they're able to watch that they know they shouldn't be watching, but
Yeah, yeah. So I think the appeal early on with that show is nothing is safe. Everything is up for parody.
I got one more for you that I've never seen it and I've heard good things about it. Shameless. Anyone ever seen it?
You know what?
never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
All right, we might have to watch
I've
it.
heard good things about it as well, but never seen it. And I think he's another very good. I wouldn't say underrated, but he's a very good actor.
Oh yeah, definitely a good actor. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Oh, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Boogie Nights.
William H. Macy. He's very, very good. Very good.
Fargo, I believe.
Yeah, I think he was in that too. The
film.
TV show, the film.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to watch that.
That is a very good show.
I heard it's a good show, but I haven't even seen the movie to be honest with you.
Fargo is a
The
great
movie
show.
I can say I've never seen as well, but the show is very good. Each season is
Different story.
basically a different
Yes.
story and different cast as well. But
How many seasons is it?
it's 4 seasons.
Wow.
Um,
And that's it. Is it on TV anymore, or it's done?
I'm not
I
sure if it's
seen
done.
I watched it on Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably done because
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're gonna do another one, but season 4 came out a while ago. Yeah,
I feel like
a
it.
couple years I think.
Yeah, it was 2014 is when it started. It looks like, right?
Lot of great cast in
yeah.
those seasons
The,
as well.
the second season, easily my favorite, probably one of my favorite seasons of any television show.
So I got some good news for you guys, and I'm hooking up IMDb right now because they're the best. I just looked up the show Fargo. They have a season coming out
Excellent.
this year. So
Excellent.
they
Good
have
news.
they have 10 episodes this year because they had 4 seasons. Now they're coming out with a 5th. So get ready for that, everybody. Apparently,
All right,
now that's another show I'm probably gonna put on this.
Let's see
my list.
who's
put it in the hopper.
That's right.
who the cast is going to be for that.
Yeah, check it out.
Do they always have
John
different
Hamm.
casts?
Yeah.
John Hamm.
Oh wow, that's all right. I like that choice. Mad Men, John Hamm of Mad Men fame.
And
Don
Tag.
Draper.
And Tag. Great
What's Tag?
movie.
And speaking of Ted Lasso, Juno Temple is going to be on season 5 of Fargo.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Who's Juno Temple?
Which one is that?
Juno Temple's Keeley.
Oh, that's the one you were trying to think of before. Nice. Okay.
I like
Excellent.
it.
I
I
like
like
the cast already.
It's great. Billy Bob Thornton was in this, huh?
Yeah, that was season 1. He was great.
He was really
Him
good.
and the guy from The Hobbit, Martin Freeman.
Yes, I think you're right.
know,
Not Morgan
just,
Freeman, but Martin.
Just the two of them.
That's the guy that was in Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The two of them, obviously great acting talents, but just their chemistry was, incredible.
That's awesome.
Speaking of miniseries and getting back to like Tetris, the movie that gives you the story behind how it came about. Did you ever see The Offer, which was the miniseries that told you the story about the making of The Godfather?
No.
No, what's that on?
That's another good one.
The Offer.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Juno Temple is in that as well.
Where is that available?
Where did I see The Offer on? I believe I saw that on Paramount Plus.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I got that. I got Paramount
Yeah,
Plus.
that sounds very cool.
That
And,
was
and
really-
that's about how The Godfather was
the movie was
put up.
made.
Oh wow!
Yes.
How many episodes?
It was 8 episodes, I believe.
Wow. All right, good. That's quick and easy. The Offer.
Very good.
Check it out on Paramount Plus.
Definitely worth the watch. 10 episodes, I'm sorry.
All right. Sounds good to me. I'll start watching that too. I have a whole list of TV shows I gotta get to, which is good. Got something to do over the weekend, during the week, right? I know you fall asleep normally when you start watching TV, so we might have to either give you a ton of caffeine to start watching some of these shows, or I don't know, hit you with a shot of adrenaline. I don't know.
I'll figure
We'll figure something out.
I'll work my
Yeah.
way into it.
Yeah, we'll work some magic over here. We'll try and get you to start watching some of these shows, and then maybe you could get me to start reading some magazines. Let's start slow, not books.
it'll
Little small little
we'll trade
magazines.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, small magazines, maybe articles even.
There you go.
You know, the only articles I
Maybe,
read is sports.
maybe a children's book.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Is it pop up?
Of course.
Okay, great. I'm in. Who doesn't love a good pop up book? Maybe we could create our own. Who knows? I think the last thing we want to get to is any restaurants in our neighborhood, like our local, like food reviews,
okay.
before we close out the show and plug our buddy Amish one time.
All right.
So, what do we got for today?
Well, I know I went for the first time Sunday with you, Pugs, and Paulie after golf to Nova, and that was very good.
You like Nova, huh?
I did.
That was your first time there?
It was.
Yes.
Wow.
After
Look at that.
freezing our asses off playing golf for 5 hours,
Okay.
we went to Nova for some soup
Little
dumplings,
Sush. Little sush.
a little sushi for those guys, a little chicken and garlic sauce for myself.
Maybe some golden bags, perhaps?
Yeah, some money
we
bags.
had a lot of money bags.
Yeah.
Money bags.
We had a lot of.
I like golden bags
Hey,
though.
listen, they both sound nice.
We had a lot of things. I didn't eat for 24 hours after that to tell you how much we actually.
He
did.
ate his sushi worth in weight alone.
There you go.
Okay.
Get it in when you can.
And then soup and all this other stuff, and it's great. He's right. Nova's is a great place to go in the New Hyde Park area. I'm gonna go more takeout for my one spot,
Go for it.
and the one spot is Tony's Tacos,
Ooh.
and it's not your normal Mexican taco place, but I love it. Your brother loves it too, Tony
Yes,
Tacos.
I know. And they opened a second location recently in Franklin
Franklin
Square.
Square.
That's actually their third location. They have
Oh.
one out on the island. I think it's like Hicksville or something like that.
Okay.
That's their third one in Franklin Square, right down the block from our buddy Paul, who we were golfing with last week.
I have not tried it. My kids have told me that they've tried it and they're not huge fans of it, so
Oh.
I haven't tried
It's
it.
awesome. Like they have like a chicken club taco. It's amazing. Whatever sauce they have on it, whatever. But they have all these different. They have like an octopus taco, which I don't get, but you should definitely try.
Yeah,
that.
so they're definitely geared towards more Italian style.
Yeah,
tacos.
well, yeah, the guys.
Some kind of Umberto affiliation.
Right, I was gonna say someone. I think it's like Umberto's like cousin or brother or something.
I've heard that.
Opened up this Tony Tacos thing. It's a huge hit. They have alcohol there. They have they'll make you margaritas and all that stuff. They have a couple different choices there. Beer. They have desserts. They have different weird quesadillas too.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's a pizzeria.
yeah, and then they have like a hot dog and French fry quesadilla with cheese, which it's
Actually,
great. I
good.
had it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
amazing.
good, actually, it's good.
It's amazing. Like I've tried whatever I wanted it to try. That like you guys know I don't like fish, so
Right.
I'm not gonna try that.
Right.
I'll leave that to you guys. But
I do have to say everything that I've gotten from there I've enjoyed. So shout out to
Wander, I know we've mentioned Chinese food because I know you're a big Chinese food fan, and
Yes.
I know you're a big fan of Empire Garden. But I recently had food from the Little Dragon
Oh yeah,
on
where's
Horace
that?
Harding,
Oh okay.
and that was the best Chinese food I've ever had in my life.
All right,
It
I'm
was
gonna have to check this
incredible.
one out. Nice man. Well, thank you for that. Little Dragon, you said it's cool. Yeah, that's
on Horace Harding,
No,
right
the
off
little
LIU.
the little dumpling.
Oh, Little Dumpling. Oh yes, I have heard about this one.
It's Little Dumpling, or
Yes, the little
Oh.
dumpling.
Oh, okay.
I think Steve, I think Shady had mentioned that.
He has.
as well.
Yep. So the Chinese food from Little Dumpling is amazing.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
I'm gonna have to check that.
That's
out.
crazy.
That one definitely sounds good. When I'm over there, maybe for work one day, I'll
Right.
check it out.
I gotta check it out too.
Speaking of Asian, we all three of us went to a place a few weeks ago from Ernie's recommendation, Kiko Ramen.
Yes.
I thought it was great. I thought the food was excellent. I liked how you can just order it from your phone, or you can walk up and order. I like that. Yeah, you can. There's a couple of different ways. I thought it was cool that they have like the whole anime theme going on. I think
Right.
it was One Punch.
Can never
Man,
go
if I'm
wrong with a
correct.
good bowl of ramen.
That's right.
No, it was filling too. It's a huge
Oh,
bowl. Like, I barely finished it. It was delicious. Can't have that every
And
day
that's
though.
on Nassau Boulevard. is
Yes,
it?
Nassau Boulevard. Frank, I think that's Franklin Square too.
I
Right?
think that's considered Garden City already.
Yeah, Garden City.
Yeah.
All right, well, just punch it in the good old Google.
Give it a Goog. I think.
Yeah, give it a little Goog search and you'll
I
find
think
it.
they have an Instagram as well. I'm sure probably maybe a Facebook too.
I want to throw one more place out there, only because it's not. If people are watching this and they're in another state, they might actually have this in another state. Five Guys. I love their burgers more than Shake Shack and Smash Brothers.
I think
Smash burgers.
Smash burgers?
Fries are incredible.
First off, their what is it? Their Cajun fries are insane. Like I might want to just go there after this show and just go get the Cajun fries. But I like the fact that they have like a lettuce wrap too that you could have with the burgers.
Some options, yeah.
And you have different options there, so like you don't have to get the bun if you're on some kind of a diet or whatever like I am. And their burgers are just so big and juicy
Yeah.
and
Definitely good.
so good. And they change the oil a lot in there too. They give you free peanuts. My father loves Five Guys. Anytime I take him anywhere, it's to Five Guys. Because you can't make him happier than a good burger. Who, as an American, doesn't like a good burger?
Agreed.
I'm not gonna lie. If I get indecisive, a lot of times I'll just order it on my phone and go pick it up because it's fantastic and I know it's gonna be ready in a few minutes.
Yeah, like 5 minutes,
and
done.
I don't have to interact with there's no resistance.
Right.
So, big fan.
And you can put anything you want on there. Yeah, are they a little bit expensive? At times, depending on where you get it from, you know what I mean?
The
Like,
quality is there.
100%. You could put pickles on it, tomatoes, lettuce, whatever you want. You can put on it. It's ready in 5 minutes. You're home eating it, and it's oh, and by the way, let's not forget that they give you 3 pounds of fries. Like they don't just give you a little cup.
Yeah, you
right?
get a bag.
They
You get a
they
bag.
give you the little cup,
Small,
and then they
you
dump
order
more
the-
fries.
You order a small, you get a bag of fries.
Right. Like they probably cut a 3-pound bag of potatoes and just throw it in your bag and send you home.
Yeah.
And I love that the bag serves as the oil soaker too.
Yes, correct, correct.
Multi-purpose.
Right, and just in case it wasn't enough, they give you a stack of napkins to soak up more oil. So I mean, I feel like you're in good shape when you go there, right?
Yeah. And it's peanut oil too, which is I guess better.
Yeah, it's definitely better. To cook with peanut oil is definitely better. You know who would know about that? Ernesto would over here.
Chef
He's somewhat of a chef. You know?
How about our man Robertson coming in to close out the game for the Mets, looking like he's still 25 years old?
Wait, are you a Met fan?
No, I'm a Yankee
Oh,
fan.
then why are you caring?
I'm
This is more for Wanderer.
But he wasn't. He was our guy.
He was our guy for a little while. He was until he sold his soul for some money and went to other teams.
I always loved Robertson.
Me too. I was a big fan of Robinson. I liked him. Cowbell man.
Man is alive and well.
Yep. Looking a little hefty.
Giving it some more cowbell.
Yeah. We need more cowbell. That's a great skit, by the way, for SNL with Will Ferrell. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Google SNL, Will Ferrell, cowbell. You won't be disappointed. So, with that being said, I think that pretty much.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, we're about to wrap up the show. You got something to say? Let's go.
Yeah, just wanted to throw in just a couple of music picks. Real
Sure.
Quick. We got 3 picks this week. That seems to be
We're going to right now.
Magic
Wanderers Music Minute.
the
Go.
The magic number. So we're gonna start off with The God Fahim and Oh No. The project is called Berserko. I've really enjoyed it. The God Fahim, and he has a lot of stuff with Makhami and your old Drew. They just seem to be putting out a lot of high quality stuff at a rapid pace. Shout out to Oh No as well. Shout out to Oxnard. The next one is Larry June and the Alchemist, The Great Escape. Every time they link up, it seems to be, they have chemistry. Alchemist, killing it as always, and Larry June seems to be on the rise, and this album is no exception. And then third, we have Steel Tip Dove. Shout out to Backwood Studios with the project is called House of Disorder. And then just lastly, I just wanted to say, for anybody going through it right now, just keep going. This is a trying time for all different types of people. When it came to the pandemic, nearly everyone was cut off from the light. And when I say the light, I mean anything that was a source of life. Faith, support, work, routine, comforts, things that you gravitate towards that have meaning and also get you through the day. Raising children in this trying time, kids, having their youth taken or compromised, that it's just hard any way you cut it. So I don't think the gravity of what's happened is discussed or acknowledged enough. So I just wanted to say, if you're going through it, keep going, and just if you need help, just reach out to a friend, and
Maybe they can reach out to you through the channel.
yeah, you could reach out to us. You could reach out to me through our channel, and just know that you are loved.
Yep, we're both here for everybody out there. With that being said, this kind of wraps up our last episode. I just want to say real quick, if you needed a lawyer in the tri-state area, we got one for you. It's our boy Amish Doshi at www.doshilegal.com. His phone number is 516-622-2335. He'll do all your legal needs, such as starting a new business, bankruptcy, wills, etc. If you need him at any point, he's there for you. The contact info is in the show. For that being said, with the Wander and Ernie, we all wish you well. Have a happy Easter and enjoy the week, guys. We'll see you next week.